Greetings, gamers! Welcome to part number 27 of my Let's Play Fire Emblem 4, Genealogy of the Holy War, and in today's episode, it is time for me to begin the onslaught against the Thove Knights over here. I kind of want to go and just defeat Kavalit right now, but I don't know if I can with the light brand. So 37... I'm not doing enough damage. I'm only doing 23 times 2. Unfortunately. I don't think there's a way for me to do anything about that either. But what I could do is wait just a turn. So I'm going to do that, actually. I'm going to wait just a turn, move some of my units back a little bit, have Sigurd in tow. I'm going to prepare for the attack. I don't know who... I guess, actually, Madir could visit this village. Magic is governed by a hierarchy of power, just like weapons. Fire magic best wind, wind best thunder, and thunder best fire. However, dark and light magic have an advantage over all of the others. Think your strategies through with care. Yeah, so this right here, this man, just spoke into existence the reason exactly why, and I mean exactly why, I decided that it would probably be for the best to use... Okay, I'm going to move you... to use the light brand. In fact, I'm going to move both of you. Does Ideen need... Okay, that's not Ideen, that's Teal 2. I thought that was Ideen for a second. The light brand is just a far and away better weapon for Azel to be using against the mages of this and next chapter. So I think I played it very smart by doing that. The unfortunate thing is, and this can't be understated, that I still think that the light or the wind sword would have been way better on... Let's see, I don't think anybody else needs to be moved. Way better on Eflin than the bolt sword, but there's nothing I can do about that now. They're already long gone. I just have to move on with my plans as I have now laid them out. Yeah, Azel shouldn't be taking counters like that. Why did you get hit? He has weapon triangle advantage, and he still got hit. I wonder how much hit these wind mages actually do have on him. And the other wind mage will attack him, which is good. So out of the way he will go. I actually think in the forest he's going to be pretty well adept at cleaning out these enemies, which will be nice. Yeah. Hopefully Kavul moves enough and that the rest of the units here aren't too much of an issue. So the thing is that the position he's in is not great because it means that whoever I KO him with, because you're likely not going to be able to escape the wrath of the rest of the units. They might be in range, unfortunately. Yeah, Dethorba's crew is still moving as slow as ever. Only a couple of spaces at a time. It's funny that the units in this game decide that moving in regiments is more important than moving as fast as possible, even if it does mess up the positioning of your units. I could deal a decent blow to all of these units here. I don't really care if Azel got hit there, but he didn't. And the reason why is just because I would have just moved him back and healed him. And I think I think this should be a fine spot for him. Mend up Azal. Yeah, it's too bad Madeira is so far out of range here, but there's nothing I can do about that. And then I'll take on you. One less pirate to deal with, as he will be destroyed. Perfect. Amazing. And what is that? I don't know what level Lex would be now. Oh, level 30. Wow. He is capped. That's incredible. Brave Sword, of course. The more KOs, the better. Yeah, I was fearing this. I didn't think Sigurd would be able to reach the little point right here, unfortunately. Alright, edit that out. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is attack you with the Thief Sword. I'm not surprised he missed. I'm actually very glad he did. She's going to steal that little bit of gold from him, which is nice. I'm going to wait right here with the Brave Lance. And then Alec can attack with the Slim Sword. He's not going to do much damage here, but it'll be better than nothing. Especially because it gave him a level up, which is pretty darn good. And exciting, if I do say so myself, because he needs to be leveled up in order to get to where he has to be. The only problem is that I don't have another unit that's going to benefit from this dance. So only 3 units are benefiting from this. Unfortunate. I should have moved Lex upward. Nothing that can be done about it now, though. Brave Axe, Cavul is gone. I'm surprised you've made it this far. I'm well aware that his name spells Cavuli, but I actually find that to be very weird. Dithorba, the rest is up to you. A very weird name, it's not very fitting, so I just ignore it. Miracle Sword. Back she goes. And Azal does have the charm as well as the forest, so he should be fine here. Especially if I can move him back one. I cannot. I cannot in the forest, at least. I could move him back, like, here. Let's see. Yeah, so actually, Rekessis is in danger right now of being attacked twice. I think I'll just fix that by healing her up, but still. And here we go. Rekessis shall be at full health. That means that even if she takes 2 hits, she will be fine. So as long as you separate the wind mages, you don't really have to worry so much, but it's still the fact. Yep, keep Doom moving. And that's the rest of my turn. Finished and over. Yeah, this is a cool chapter, though, because it does make you think. a little bit differently than you've had to think in some of the other chapters, due to the fact that you're dealing with a lot of 1-2 range units, units that have magic, as well as the fact that you have terrain to your advantage and disadvantage. You have to deal with Kavol and his sleep staff, and then you have the fact that he can just heal up all of, you know, the magical units if you decide to attack them but not KO them, which is just not a good idea. And Dithorba is coming to harass you. This chapter, though, has probably the longest other phase in the game. And enemy phase, like, in contingent with that, it's something to the effect of when Herheim and Nordion were fighting with one another. It's a bit longer than that, though. Not the biggest of deals, I will say, but it can be annoying, to say the least. Alright, so... where can I move you? Yeah, let's go right here. Perfect. I need Midir up here as soon as possible. Brave Axe. Azel will get to use the Light Brand. So Azel's Light Brand needs crit. The 5 weapons I go for crit on are the Brave weapons, so Brave Sword, Brave Lance, Brave Axe, Brave Bow, and one of the magic swords, whatever magic sword I'm going to be giving to Azel's son. And the reason why I do this in this particular way is just because I find it to be most conducive of my strategy. Weapons with crit on them are better than holy weapons when they get built above 50 kills. And man, I know this is going to seem weird because I just moved my units in such a way, but I kind of want to move or dance for Midir instead. I think I'm going to do that, actually. Till2 definitely doesn't need the villages. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna put her here, because he will be able to reach. And then Midir can get a KO here and start with his Brave Bow shenanigans. Because the thing is that I do need KOs on this weapon just as much as the rest, so I can't neglect that. Lex is actually pretty close, I believe, to 38. He only needs 12 more, and he will have crit, so that's pretty good. The Brave Axe is probably the most important to get crit on because it's given to... basically, it's not given to anybody in inheritance, but it is given to an enemy. You don't want the Brave Axe to actually get too critical. You want it to be like super close, in the upper 40s. Because in the first chapter of Gen 2 of Genealogy, you have... I think I'm going to use the Slim Lance here. Yeah, 14 times 2, actually. That's nice. In the first generation of Genealogy, or of Gen 2 of Genealogy, in the second generation, I mean to say, you have... okay, I'll equip the Brave Lance. You have one of the bosses equipping the Brave Axe, and you can KO him with one of your axe units that you gain in Gen 2. There is no inheritor of axe axes in Gen 2, which is unfortunate. But it doesn't matter because you can get the axe immediately, and whatever you do, if it has crit or it's close to having crit, that axe unit will become viable and very good. Whereas without a Brave Axe with crit, they're not that great. And I'll be honest with you, they literally are on par with your Holy Blood kids because of the Brave Axe having crit. It's that insane. Crit weapons are so good. So good. Be mindful of this. You want to be careful on how many weapons you're giving kills to in the first generation. Like right now, I'm pretty much never going to use Hellfire or Wind on Azel. I only have them there for the arena. I'm only going to use the Light Brand. The arena, it doesn't matter who you KO with what. The Hellfire makes sense because Hellfire and Wind just make sense because of their different attributes they have. Only a direct holy descendant can inherit the full breadth of the power of the gods, and only they'll be able to wield their family's divine heirlooms. However, if kin intersect, their offspring will have their exalted blood enriched and reap almighty powers. Needless to say, mind, doing that is condemned and forbidden. Yeah, he was talking about something that is very taboo and should be taboo. Gosh, why can't I think of the name? I cannot think of the name. It is actually, I'm actually like, having a serious issue trying to think about what the name of that thing is called that he's talking about, the taboo of like sister and brother having children. Incest. Oh my gosh, why couldn't I think of that? And a lot of people like to claim that this game is all about like wanting to push the ideas of incest, whereas like the only people who push that are the Loptrian cult. They're a cult. Of course they're going to push stuff like that. Are you ignorant? You actually have to be ignorant to think these ways. And there's so many people who do too. It's unfortunate. Alright, so I'm going to go right here with the Brave Sword. Equip that. Azel is not a good decision for this. Silver Sword. Slim Lance. I want to say Aaron is a good choice for fighting some of Dithorba's crew. And then I'll move back a little bit with you. This is why I didn't bother moving up Sigurd with Sylvia and dancing with them, because you do have to mind your positioning with Dithorba. Otherwise, you're just going to get overwhelmed. Brave Axe, of course. And where can they reach? So right there. And I think I need to move up Ideen for healing. I don't know exactly why I put her here, but she needs to heal up Aaron, so that Aaron can be okay for this next phase, as she is going to take some hits here. And Do gave most of his gold to Alec at the start of this chapter, and the reason why that was is so that he could buy the Paragon Band and be of some use here. I think I'm going to go ahead and visit this village because of that. Being of holy ancestry can bestow a number of powers onto you. Divine heirs can wield even the most advanced weapons with ease, and they'll have an easier time growing stronger. Of course, it's not every day you meet someone blessed with that sort of blood. Those two can keep pairing. And so can these two. And that's literally the end of my turn yet again. Now begins Dithorba's crew's attack. Of course, after the brigands decide to burn everything. After I defeat Dithorba, I'm going to have to rush to fighting the rest of these bandits. The one who's burning down the village in the upper right doesn't matter as much as you would think, because that village is just gold, right? I'm still going to get it. I'm still going to rush for it, but it's not necessary. Yeah, you can see the problems with the light brand or any magical sword on somebody like Azel, and why I give him the power ring as well as the +3 attack, well, strength, from that particular village that I had him visit. The reason is simply due to the fact that I want him to be able to use the light brand both in range and melee, and he can't really do that. He's not really adept at that. He's not good at that at all. So I'm kind of like drawing, you know, I'm kind of trying to like grasp at straws here. The issue is that Azel's inheritor, his son, due to his pairing with Rakesis, is a sword knight. And of course, that means upon promotion, he can have a max of 30 speed. He will have Adept. He will also have all of Azel and Rakis's personal skills, so Pursuit as well as Charm. He is going to have the Light Brand, the Power Ring, and the Magic Ring, and the Bargain Band, of course. And what this means is that when he has crit on the Light Brand, he's going to have enough damage and enough capacity with that weapon that he's going to be annihilating foes. He has basically a 40 to a 45% strength and magic growth with this pairing. Both of those growths are pretty good. I actually find it kind of weird. There's a lot of people who bemoan the idea of the magic sword builds in this game, and I find them to be very good, because if you do correct pairings along with the power ring, the magic ring, you can make magic weapons very powerful, magic swords particularly, and if you give them crit, they're amazing. On top of the fact that, you know, they're 1-2 range weapons, they're swords. The swords are the best weapons in this game. They're also magical. The light brand being light means it's not affected by the weapon triangle whatsoever. It just beats the animatomes, and then you just have like a cool combination, and that's exactly what I'm doing. It's what I'm going for.
Behold, you now face Dithorba, one of the 4 Falcon Knights of Celeste. This is where your journey ends.
Unfortunately, Dithorba, I actually don't think this is where my journey ends. Especially because I didn't put you into Miracle. That's nice. You're not going to be in Miracle in this turn, that is. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, she has Adept, which is a class skill. Falcon Knights do get Adept upon promotion, which will make Erin much better when she does finally reach that stage. I have a lot to do. Importantly, I need to make sure Sylvia can reach. Brave Sword. Dithorba is gone.
No, what have I?
Dithorba, you have been finished, unfortunately. The light brand will come in handy here. Perfect. And as you can see, the combination of brave weapons and just a strong combative unit just comes in to make such a fantastic thing. Brave bow. And having a brave effective weapon is just mighty strong. It's the only time you can have that, per se. I'm going to heal up Azel and move her as far forward as possible. Of course, it's not going to be very far. I could fortify, but I don't think I actually need it. I'm going to dance for these 4. They're going to get moving forward. As this is like the more important stuff that needs to be done, is that Sigurd and friends over here need to reach these enemies as fast as possible. I am going to have to send somebody down here to deal with this village. Haven't decided who's going to do that as of yet. Slim Sword is just not going to cut the mustard here. Perfect. Alec is going to get a bunch of experience points from that. Nice. And the Brave Lance to finish off. Perfect. Ideen needs to heal up Aaron. The thing is, too, is that usually Aaron and Alec will go off on their own, and that means that healing them becomes kind of a little bit of a difficult scenario. So you do want to keep in mind where your positioning is. Ending of my turn, Thove's phase. So both the Thorba and Kavul's crew are just gone. The only thing I have left to deal with is the boss at Thove and the bandits, as well as the units in my way to Thove. And my phase yet again. Cool. I think Lex is the best option for this. I don't want him to get that village, though. Honestly, Madir would be a better option for the sake of just getting the gold. Yeah, because Lex doesn't need the gold anymore, that's for certain. Azel will pretty much have 50,000 gold for the rest of this game. There's just nothing I can do about that. He's going to have max, and it's a shame, but it's also, you know, good at the same time. I'm unsure what I want to do here, because Lex is definitely not who I want to give this particular village to concerning gold. I might just go ahead and give it to Alec, because I need to move these units as fast as I possibly can. Alright, so I'm gonna mend you up. And get ready for a dance. It's not going to be a great one, but it will be a dance nonetheless. And right back. Marquesas can move there. Azel right next, of course. You just have to love this game's Brave Weapons. I find this to be like the greatest moment in the series concerning Brave Weapons. I think it's incredible, just wonderful how good they are in this game, especially given the fact that in most games they're actually quite garbage. I think Thracia and Genealogy happen to be the games with the best Brave weapons. Now, there are some exceptions to this. There are Brave weapons that are just good in certain other aspects. I think the GBA titles have good Brave weapons. Not great, but good. I think Tellius has some of the worst in the series. And then you have outliers like Three Houses, right, where there's an entire weapon class that is brave by default, regardless of whether you're getting iron, steel, silver, or whatever, which is kind of insane if you think about it. It goes to show that balance should not be the main factor of why a Fire Emblem is made or why it's played. All right. Single player games shouldn't be balanced to the point where there is no fun. Now, if this was a competitive game where you could fight against people, I could very well understand it, but it's just not. All right. I do have to remember that village, though. That's going to be the fun part. Till 2. And you two will go and continue pairing. Tilju and Lewin, of course. Dew and Bridget. And then I have a couple of units over here to deal with. Not that big of a deal. They're all going to be finished relatively easily. I think I want to... How much speed do these swordsmen have? 11 speed? 21 minus 5, so he's definitely attacking twice. Brave bow against you. Very nice, a level up and a KO. Always appreciated. And then the light brand. This guy can't attack back, so he's just literally a sitting duck for Azel. Azel's power is quite astonishing right now, and he's nowhere near his caps. But it's just because magic is just so powerful in this generation, because there are very few units that have reasonable resistance. So he has 23 magic right now. I think his cap is 25, so he would actually have 30 with the magic ring. Alongside the 14 might of that, 44 magical might is just incredible. I'm going to defeat this unit with Sigurd. I'm actually going to move up as fast as I possibly can so I can destroy this pirate with Sigurd, who is absconding the village. And then see if anybody needs healing. Madir only needs a single HP. Not really that big a deal. I think Sigurd is missing a couple of points. She can wait right there. That is the end of my turn. And Thove's phase.
I'd say those traders are drawing perhaps a bit too close for comfort. You there, raise the Thove River Bridge. Without this key, there's no way they'll ever get over here. I almost wish I could see the looks on their faces.
Yeah, so this is an incredible thought. There is only one way to get across that spot now, because there is no bridge. And, well, actually, I think there's two ways. I'm gonna have to look at that real quick after this phase is done. There's two blizzard users, and there's this guy gonna burn down the bridge. Oh no, there's three. Is there three? I didn't. Yeah, there's three. Huh. Crazy. I don't think that guy has a blizzard before the bridge is removed. It's actually an incredible thought. So the only, yeah, there is actually a way. You have to go down through here, these two bridges, and you have to move very slowly through the mountain range. Most of your units only have like 2 or 3 movement in the mountain range, plus there's this guy who will harass your units. It's the only reason why he's here, right? He is only here if you have to take the walk of shame through the mountains in order to get here. The only way to get this bridge down is to bring Dew. Dew can open the bridge, just like a thief can in most other games where a drawbridge of sorts, would be taken into account and where you would need to lower one. So this is kind of a little bit of a wrench in things, especially if you did not bring Dew or if you've lost Dew by this point, because you automatically recruit him, so you would have to actually lose him in order for him to not be able to perform this little act here. It's kind of funny that he says that there's no possible way, basically, that anybody could get across when you can go through the mountain range. I never had to do this because I've always had Dew, but there were, the first couple of times I played this game, I forgot that Dew was needed. So I would have to look it up and basically and open the bridge, because I was confused. I didn't even understand that you could go through the mountain range. I thought this was like a dead, like I was soft locked. And what really it was is that you can go down through the bridges. It just takes forever, absolutely forever, to do such. And that's not worth my time, in my humble opinion. I would much rather, yeah, it's at 40 KOs, that's pretty nice. I would much rather just go straight through to Thove. It takes much less effort to go through the A to A route rather than the A, B through C route, you know, and back to A. The mountains are just, it just takes too long. And you're going to see this in full effect when I do capture Thove, because after a certain period, I'm going to have to move my units down through this little section. And even just this little bit of mountain that you have to pass is enough to make your units take a couple more turns than they would necessarily have to in order to get to Celeste and defend it. And that's pretty interesting, to say the least. I love the way that this map is thought out. I love the way it plays, because you're basically going up north to Thove, and then you're going back to the home castle, and then back to the southern castle of Zaxxon after you defend Celeste. So with all that being said, however, this is my opportunity to bid you a farewell. I want to thank you for joining me. If you like my content, please upvote and follow, or like and subscribe, depending on your platform of choice. Leave a comment down below, and while you're at it, have a great and glorious day gaming.